In our last lesson, we saw the river model, and there we talked about the work of water carrying, carving, and depositing sediments. Do you remember? Now, in the next series of lessons, we are still going to talk about water and its work and what effect this work of water has on the earth that we live on. So we are going to talk about rivers to start with. Rivers are actually running water or flowing water through land. So we are going to talk about rivers and a lot of other things that the effect of the work of water has on the earth that we live on. Now let's look at this map. It's actually a map of our world showing highlands and lowlands as they relate to rivers. So let's see. You can see here the orange color represents highlands, yellow medium highlands, light green medium lowlands, dark green lowlands. And then we have these thread-like marks. You see them here, wiggly. These are the rivers. These are the rivers. You can see them. You can see these are the rivers. So again, we are looking at highlands and lowlands as they relate to rivers. So this is the map of the world. So when we see this is showing highland, 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 lowland, all these lowlands, lowlands. So let's see some of the rivers on this map. Now let's look at North America. We can see highlands here. Now we can see this river here going from the highland to the medium highland to medium lowland and lowland, and all the way empties into this ocean. Let's look at this river again from the highland in North America, and you can find out the names of these highlands, the different highlands and the river. Like this river, you can check it out and come up with the name. And let's trace another one. Look at another river from this highland to this medium highlands to medium lowlands, then the lowlands, all the way into the ocean. It empties in the ocean here. Let's look at this one in South America. We have highland here. Rivers go from this highland to medium lowland, lowland, all the way empties here to this ocean. Now let's look at our own continent of Africa and trace some rivers here. Let's look at this one here, this river. See, from this highland, you can see it here, to this medium lowland, all the way. It's going right towards the north. This river actually flows towards the north, all the way to this lowland, and right here into the Mediterranean Sea. Can you figure out what that river is? I think Egypt is around here. So can you guess what river this could be? I'm sure you got it. This looks like the River Nile. So it goes from this highland to the medium highland to the medium lowlands, all the way to the lowlands, and right here to the Mediterranean Sea.
And then there are other rivers here. Again, you can trace. It's from the medium highland here to the medium lowland, the lowlands, and then here it empties into the Atlantic Ocean. What river do you think that is? And these are other rivers. So it's your own turn to trace the different rivers, maybe starting with our continent of Africa. You can see different rivers here. You remember the song we sing in the school that has to do with rivers? Nile, Niger. Now you finish it up and figure out all those rivers in Africa. So from what we have seen here, we can figure it out that in a number of times rivers actually flow from highlands to lowlands. I'm sure you would have figured that out. So rivers more often than not flow from highlands to lowlands, like we see here. Let's look at here in Asia. It's highland to medium highland, highland to medium lowland, the lowlands, and then it empties here. It empties here. So it's your own turn now to trace some other rivers, and you will see that most times rivers flow from highlands to lowlands. Now I will show you something else. Let's look at this map. This is July. Let's start with January. Looking at this map here, in January, the perpendicular rays, you remember those perpendicular rays? They're here, right here in the southern hemisphere at the Tropic of Capricorn. So here. And let's see the key we have here. The dark blue represents rainfall over 4 inches. Light blue, rainfall of between 1 and 4 inches. And then the yellow one, minimal rainfall under 1 inch. And of course we have the variable winds, blue arrow, and steady winds, red arrow. So let's see how this map compares with this other one here. So we are going to compare these two maps to see what rivers we can attribute their flow to rainfall. So let's see here in North America here, you find that here, of course, when the perpendicular rays are here at the Tropic of Capricorn, then it means that here is the northern hemisphere, it is their winter. Now here we see that we have a lot of rainfall of over 4 inches. Now let's look at this map here, which is somewhere around here. You can see that we have a river here. From here, you see a river. From here, from this high mountain through this medium lowland to this lowland here. So we can see, and here we have rainfall, and we can see river here. Let's look at another one. Let's look at continent of Africa. Here we have a lot of rainfall here. Africa. Now let's look at this area in Africa. You can see a river here, actually from here, going through this medium highland, from this medium highland to this point here, to this lowland, and it empties here into this ocean here. So can we trace other rivers that we can relate to rainfall? Let's see. Let's look at here, South America. You can see here, we have a lot of rainfall here in January. And then let's see at this point in South America, here, we can see a river here. This river here is flowing from medium lowland to this lowland, all the way to this place, to this ocean here. But here, let's see, here in January we don't have much rainfall here, under 1 inch, rainfall of under 1 inch. And let us see here if there's any river here. Yeah, we have a river here, but it doesn't appear that this river is as a result of rainfall, because as we can see here, it's actually minimal rainfall at this time of the year. But here, so this river, we can see here from this highland to this medium lowland to this lowland, all the way to this ocean. So it's not likely that this river we see here is connected with to rainfall, because as we said, the rainfall here at this time of the year in January is minimal. Okay, let's look at this other one. Now, in July, when the perpendicular rays are at the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, it's summer here, this northern hemisphere, and of course we know that it means it will be winter here in the southern hemisphere. But now let's look at South America again. Here, when the perpendicular rays are at the Tropic of Cancer in July, let's see, we have here minimal rainfall still. You can see it's under 1 inch. Now let's look at here again. So we can see that we have this river here. The river here doesn't appear that it's as a result of rainfall, and we have another one here. So we can't attribute these rivers here to rainfall. So I wonder where they get their water from, these two rivers here. Okay, let's look at other rivers and see if we can attribute them to rainfall. Let's look at North America here again. Here in July, here we have minimal rainfall under 1 inch. Now let's look at this area here. There is no river. We don't have any river here. Now let's look at our continent of Africa. Here in July, we have plenty of rainfall. Let's see, and I can see a river here from this medium highland to the medium lowland here, and then to this lowland, and right here to the Atlantic Ocean. So this river is likely to be having its source from rainfall. Let's see another one. Let's look at here. Here we have just minimal rainfall here, southwest coast of Africa here, minimal rainfall. Let us see here. We have this river here from this medium highland to medium lowland, to the Atlantic Ocean. So the source of this river is not likely to be rainfall, because you can see we have just minimal rainfall here. So this river also, I wonder where it gets its source from. And let's see another one here, still minimal rainfall. And then we have this river from here, from this medium highland to the lowland and here. So this river also cannot be attributed to rainfall, as we can see here, because at this time of the year we have just minimal rainfall. Let's see here again in case. Okay, here in January, we have heavy rainfall here, rainfall of over 4 inches. So let's see. So this river, maybe in January, one could say that the source of this river could be as a result of rainfall in January from this medium highland to this lowland and then to the ocean here. So maybe in January we could say that this river will be having a source from this rainfall, or we can relate this river to rainfall here, but we can't do that in July. In July we see that we have just minimal rainfall, under 1 inch, and yet we have this river here. So it's now your own turn to see if you can see rivers. You can get rivers on the map and relate those rivers to rainfall. You can look at Asia here, the continent of Asia. You can see all here minimal rainfall here at this time of the year. But then we have rivers here from this highland to the medium highland to medium lowland to the lowland, and then it empties here. So at this time of the year, July, we can't attribute the river here to rainfall because we have rainfall of under 1 inch. So it's your own turn now to explore these maps and compare those two maps and see what rivers you can attribute their flow to rainfall. And remember to find out the names of those different rivers you discover.